Greetings in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, King Alpha. I and I, Divine Mother Empress Menen, and I, the children of Jah Rastafari, representing for the Ankh Nation family. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted in my eyesight, O Jah. Greetings, ones and ones. Once again, give thanks for lending ear, so I can articulate Rastafari. Yes, this word, Sonia, I just reasoning vibration. Yeah. Roots, naughty roots. Dread, bingy dread. I and I are the root. Summer tree, my branches. Boy, oh, look at that. Many are called, few are chosen. But I and I are the root. Yes, I. And that song that resonate in me, and the sound that when I'm, I'm a cranium. And I just a observation, historical observation, and looking at Rastafari, within the first century of Rastafari, in the year 2025, we then now, on the 95th year of Rastafari manifestation. And yet still, ones and ones still don't know the root or the foundation of Rastafari. And ones and ones realize it. What Rastafari is all about, More while I and I just reflect, I observe within I and I self. When I and I come upon them space here, and I articulate and I show the viability of Rastafari. While when I and I look out into the world, John, I and I get discouraged too. But what keep I and I rooted is knowing, say, I and I as a people is viable. And Rastafari is, like a better word, the boat. We're going to sail I and I to our point of origin. And I just this so I and I, and I look upon I and I as a people. Specifically the diaspora, because the continent have its struggles too. And at the root of the continental problem, which is I and I prefer call it Ankh Nation, popularly known as Africa. The root is those northern, aggressive, recessive people, aka Caucasian, commonly referred to as white people. Like how them refer and I as black people. And black is synonymous with Ankh Nation, Africa. And I embrace it. And likewise, Rastafari is the manifestation of I and I divine blackness. So, enough ones and ones like the intellectuals, they may tell me about, say, it's a racial construct and rare. And I don't really care about that. It is what it means to I and I. And one of the main things when I say I keep I and I apart as a people is divisiveness, and ones don't know who they are. And it's for a reason. It's because of the social engineering process where them people do to I and I people. Destroy, take away our knowledge of self. They have destroyed us and socially engineer I and I to be slaves. And in the said process of them social engineering process, them disconnect I and I from I and I root, which is the Ankh Nation continent. And now, I and I observe in the world a whole heap of different disconnection. I and I observe. Rastafari is the only thing that declare Africa, and I is rooted to Africa. All of the rest are black ideologies and black school of thought where I come across. It's the disconnect I and I. Some of them want to say we are Hebrew Israelites. Some of them want to say we are Moors, which is the Islam. Some of them want to say them are Aboriginal, indigenous. And all of them that we mentioned just now, the objective is to disconnect. and sow confusion. This is what Rastafari is up against in the first century of Rastafari. Yes, we make whole heap of progress, yeah, because Rastafari is global. And it are growing on the continent in South Africa and these places. Malawi and some other places. The places that I and I don't even know, but I and I have heard of. And all over in South America too. And probably all in America, I see some Asians too and some white people claim that them are Rasta about. And the reason why these things are happening is because I and I don't know what Rastafari is about. And we have to go to the foundation, the root. And it has start with that diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic slave trade that brought captives and turned captives into slaves. And those who refuse, them label them wild and tame. Hence maroon, hence Marcus Garvey. But I kind of look on maroon because resistors first label them call them maroons. I and I have evolved now into I and I declare Rastafari as I and I identity. I and I are Rasta. I and I is not no Jamaican. Even though Jamaican pan the paper what them call my birth paper is my nationality. You know what I mean? But I and I know. So I and I is half nation continent there, what them call Africa. Black continent. That is I and I roots. Where everything evolve out of. Now, like me say, the Spanish them come across in a Columbus era, what 1492 or there about 1490 to 1494. They are about and them come to Jamaica. And after that, them bring the captives them forward over here. So. Resistors, what them call the maroon, did a fight against them. And then the English them forward now, cause these are European nations now a war to take over the world, to rule the world. I have the Portuguese, them I have the Spanish, and then the English run on the scene now. And decide them want some of the lands that is divided between Portugal and Spain. Dictated by them Pope. Now, England command on the scene now what them call Jamaica yeah, now and rush to Spanish them. I have the Maroons them a fight with the Spanish them versus the English. And then out of the maroon, the bands of maroon them, it split a division. I always remember I and I people, one thing that always plague us from them time that you know division. The division come now through a one name, one the bowlers. And I mentioned these things already, but we have to always revisit. It's good to revisit. One the bowlers. And one the bowlers decide to side with the English. I have one the serious. Him and the Spanish them a fight. Nonetheless, the English them overcome the Spanish. And one the bowlers and theme bands and maroon lift up and go up in the mountainous interior. And I wage guerrilla warfare upon the English them from them time till a matter of fact all till now too. But in that space and time, them a wage war and I free who them for free and I war who them for war. Till guess what now? Privilege. One the bowlers get privilege and them utilize one the bowlers to go against one the serious. Cause one the serious and give them hell on the island here. Cause the ultimate one the serious one is the ultimate take charge of Jamaica. One the bowler second for privilege. It's a I and I root, We have to go to the root. Because I and I to declare Rastafari today as resistors. Now, the English using one the bowlers now because them get some privilege. And them decide for rush one the serious and get him head lick off. Get killed. Now, out of that, theme bands them after a time scatter out of that. All as bands are maroon. You get what we call a compound today. Out of the bloodline that them come from. Now you have one they're serious now. Still a war, boom. English want negotiate with one the serious. One the serious send one of him general them. Figure negotiate on him behalf. Cause him not chat to the English them. A straight warfare. Anyway, they make a deal. And the deal was one day serious. The English stop troubling him. Now, well, one day serious though, him shift upon them and go further up into the Blue Mountain. Shift from over Senton side and go to Blue Mountain side. So that means they don't have nothing to do with white people. And resume guerrilla warfare. And I war them set speed. Till it gets so thick on the St. Thomas side. I'll show you why St. Thomas is not developed today. Until recent time, they might get ready for colonize it properly now. In terms of development. St. Thomas. From St. Thomas to Portland to St. Mary. That side there, you know, when you check out the people on the side of them, they move a certain way, them live certain, them have a more unity, togetherness. Yeah, man. But anyway, and this era still about them up. Till them sending the great pirate himself named Henry Morgan. And then Henry Morgan get him ass kick. One day serious and them mash him up too. So him have to retreat. And out of that, now them lock off St. Thomas. It would have been like, oh no, them not use, you just use the term embargo. But self-reliance was the key for one day serious and them live off of the land. So there was nothing that the English them could have used to bribe them. And with them want sovereignty or debt out of that bloodline where you have nanny come from. And that bloodline there, Bill, when them label it, Moortown. The Carmelay, when them call them the Carmelay Maroons them. And outside of that too, you have other renegade bands of Maroon to in the St. Thomas area there so too. And out of that, Jamaica's first wanted man named Three Finger Jack. Out of that him come from. Resistance. Now, as time evolved, that togetherness, that unity there, because if you notice, you know, Portland and in a present time, Portland and St. Thomas and them place there, you know, have so much of them murder them one another. Like in the Kingston city and other areas. They're more different. They're more communal, they're more unified. They maintain that African retention more stronger in them side there. And that is why you have even the youth name Chronicle and Popcorn and them youth there. Them have a heritage. That's why them youth they stay or them stay. Yeah. So the resistance is here and it will always be. It's just as a collective now under the banner Rastafari, and that is our identity. And this for the ones and ones them I try dissuade and I fight out. And I declare Rastafari death. And ones who have said them a Rasta and now them switch up. Because of whatever trauma them experience. These are the things I observe. I observe the system. Now, commercialize Rastafari now. And I use Rastafari. Well, I use some of these so-called Rastas as tourism spectacle. Yeah, Jaja. It's like the Rastafarians them from them get religious. Like the reggae music. Our I message music has become a source for tourism, entertainment. And that's where it reached now, entertainment. We have ones like Earl China Smith. See them down when them white people come to Jamaica, the royalties. And them a beat drum and make them all sit down on the drum too. Out the fire out of the drum. And them things I see a manifest. I observing the Rastafari trad. And how the man them a low up the trad. Water it down. But anyway, I there firm and fearless. And I have to maintain foundation Rastafari. And there is no one who of us I experience, meaning from the continent to the slave ship and go through the struggles. And in the diaspora, you can't come tell me, say, yeah, Rasta resistance, Rasta blackness in its whole essence, both spiritual and physical. Rastafari. That is foundation Rastafari. This is what Leonard Oil represents. Blackness in one accordness. And I'm not going to use the word supremacy because them and those done stereotype supremacy make it be have a negative connotation right now. So I'm not going to attach that to I with no black supremacy. No. Oneness, one accord. This is Rastafari. It's for the galvanizing of the Caribbean African unity. Pool and I use a unify and I straighten I under one umbrella to do the work that is necessary. There's nothing in the diaspora that don't belong to I now. That is not built upon I shoulders. I people build these things. But then again, instead of I cohesive, more cohesively, more communally, is the more information is there, is the more confusion and so and I cause division. But when I articulate Rastafari, I articulate Rastafari for the younger ones, them, the young lions, them we are forwarding, are the ones them where want to know. Rastafari is not a belief system. Rastafari is a way of life. And Rastafari is rooted to resistance. We are resist way before we even declare the king. The king just becomes a central figure that is up on a pedestal where the world see and have to bow and salute to the king. And I extol the king as that symbol of resistance because the king is the ultimate resistor that one defeat white people, using white people to defeat white people. That's why his Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I represent. That's why I declare Jah Rastafari without apology. So I as Rastafari, when I depend this space, yeah, I strengthen, I use information, gather information, and centralize information, and articulate information that I come across for one specific purpose. Strengthen each other, Rastafari, give I structure, for I know where I defend. There's no confusion, we are not confused, and we won't allow the confusing sounds them. Boy, you're Hebrew, Israelite, and you're Moors, and you're this, and you're that. No. Rastafari. A your one. Because it come out of your oppression, your struggles to declare your identity and refuse to accept what them and those I tell you who you are. No, I am a Rastafari.